All right, welcome to Unit 11, Day 3, Growth and Decay. Make sure you take out your packets to take notes in. We will be on Day 3 notes. Your goal is to write an exponential equation that models growth and decay. So growth is anything that has a ratio greater than 1. And decay is anything that has a ratio less than 1. Visually, when we've been looking at graphs, growth would be something that is going up like that, and decay would be something that is going down. All right, and remember they're always going to be approaching 0, or in growth's case it's always going up forever. All right, so in order to do this we're going to get into some word problems here, but off to the side in your notes I want you to make a note that growth, the ratio, to find the ratio you would do 100 plus your percentage, and decay, to find your ratio, you do 100 minus your percentage. Right? So go ahead and write that down a little off to the side margin. Alright, so we're going to start the first example. A sculpture costs $1,200 in the year 2000 and increases at a rate of 8% per year. So our A1, or our starting value, is $1,200. To find our ratio, we're going to do 100 plus 8, which is 108. But we always need our ratio to be a decimal, so we're going to move the decimal place from the end over 2 times. So our ratio is going to be 1.08. So on the side margin you also want to make a note that you need to move the decimal twice. And you want it to go 2 times that way. Alright, so now we're going to write our equation, which is y equals starting value 1200, our ratio, which is 1.08, to the x. And if we want to find in 2006, from 2000 to 2006, that's 6 years. So we would just type this in our calculator to the 6th. So I don't have a good calculator, but I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to type in 1200 parenthesis 1.08 parenthesis raised to the 6. Oops. My answer is 1,904.25. So after 6 years, it's $1,904.25. Right? Alright, so the second one is talking about the population of fish in a lake. Alright, so the population of fish is 48,000 and it decreases at 3% per year. So the key words we're looking for: decrease, 3%, and 48,000 to start. Alright, so to get this one started, our A, or our A1, is 48,000. Our ratio, we're going to do 100 minus because it's decreasing. So 100 minus 3 is 97. And remember, we need to move the decimal over 2 times. So 1, 2. Our ratio then is 0.97. Alright, so now we're going to write our equation. Y equals our start, which is 48,000, parenthesis 0.97. Alright, and then we're going to raise it to the x, but since we want to find after 7 years, we're really just going to be replacing the x with 7. So I'm going to go to my calculator and type it in. It's going to be 48,000. Oops, I got to clear this out. 48,000 parenthesis 0.97, and then raise to the 7th because we want to find after 7 years. And the population after 7 years then is 38783. And since we're talking about fish, we don't need any decimals. So our final population then is 38,783 after 7 years. and that's fish. All right, so go ahead and pause the video and see if you can come up with an equation for both of these. All right, the first one, our keywords are $500 on a credit card. All right, an interest rate of 1.5%. All right, so we're going to start with our A being 500. Our rate, credit card interest is always increasing. When you borrow money from a credit card company, they require you to pay a fee back. Their fee is always an interest rate on however much you borrowed. So it's going to be a growth, so it's 100 plus 1.5. That's 101.5. And then I need to move the decimal over 2 times. So my final ratio is 1.015. So my equation would be y equals 500, parenthesis 1.015 to the x. And I'm going to change my value to 6 the first time. And the second time I'm going to do it, I'm going to raise it to the 12th. Just to see the difference as to how much different my credit card could be if I don't pay it off. So I'm going to type in 500 times 1.015, and I'm going to raise it to the 6th first. All right, so after 6 months, it's 546.72. And then I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to do the same thing, 500, parenthesis 1.015, raised to the 12th now to see the difference, and it's 597.81. So just by not paying my credit card off for 12 months, I now owe $46 for 6 months, and if I keep it the balance for 12 months, I now owe an extra $97 simply because I did not pay it off. Alright, now this last one's a little bit weird, but you're still going to be able to write an equation. Just ignore the wording of it. So inflation, that's another word you've been learning in econ, of 4% per year. Alright, and it costs, the piano that we're buying costs $3,500 the start. Okay, so our equation would be y equals 3,500. Inflation we have to account for, so our start. So the word inflation means that it's increasing or going up. So our ratio would be 100 plus 4%, which gives me 104. And then I move the decimal over twice, I get 1.04. That's my ratio. Alright, now this is the tricky part about this question. If I want to find how much it was 4 years ago, I'm actually going to raise it to the negative 4. So I'm going to type that in on my calculator. 3,500, parenthesis, 1.04. But we're going back in time, so we're going to raise it to the negative 4. And that means 4 years ago the piano cost $2,991.81. So it was cheaper 4 years ago because now the cost has gone up for the cost of living. So just a quick summary. Growth, you do 100 plus your percentage. Decay, you do 100 minus your percentage. You always move decimal twice. To the left 2 times. Alright, and your starting equation is always going to be, oh my gosh, I don't even have it on the screen. Alright, so growth is 100 plus, decay is 100 minus. Always move the decimal 2 times to the left, and your equation, remember, is always your start times your ratio to the x. Alright, so your assignment today will be worksheet 2 that they will pass out to you. Please make sure you come back with worksheet 1 and worksheet 2 completed. Have a wonderful day.